This is a team of battlers, and they always seem to fight their way out of a tight corner. But how long can they continue to do this? Because week after week, there are always more difficult challenges to overcome. But at the moment, we are doing okay. Can we keep it up? Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 52, season 7 in the Ferguson save set in the future. And as you can see from the league table, we are currently in second place behind Chelsea, but we have closed the gap to just 6 points as we go into today's episode. This team is a team of battlers and they are not going to give up. But as each week goes by, each challenge seems to get more and more difficult. There has been a strange twist of events this season that I have noticed, in that we are beating teams below us in the league for a change, and that we are not now beating teams who are currently just behind us or above us. This is a very, very strange development in this save, and we've had to deal with that as best we can. But things are still going well in both competitions. In terms of our injury crisis, we are coming out of it. The only injury that we have currently is Clark Pook, and he's expected to be out for another 2 to 3 weeks. And that is really good news. But we do have a lot of players who are coming back from injury and not yet fit. And we still have Aranda, who is not fit yet, Maric, Avbey, Muntian, Clark Pook. These are all players who are struggling for fitness, as well as Raguan. And I am having to ignore the requests of my assistant manager that he is in desperate need of a break. I cannot afford to do it yet until my other centre-backs return to full fitness. Then we'll probably give him a well-deserved rest. And today we will be playing 2 very tough games. We will be away at Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League, and we will be at home to Wolves. Wolves, who are struggling a bit this season. They are in 14th place. These are both games that we should be winning. Whether this team still has the puff to be able to go out and do that, I'm not quite sure. There has to come a time where we are going to succumb to the pressure, but we will do our best. But before we go into what has been happening both on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, well, you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, do all that good stuff and help the channel to grow. Help us to support the British Heart Foundation. But let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beating Liverpool in the Premier League by 2-1, having just beaten Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. And then we had a 4-1 victory against Liverpool again in the EFL Cup 4th round. I wasn't expecting that. We had rotated the team a little bit and we came out on top, much to my surprise. And then against Middlesbrough away, we had a 2-1 victory in the Premier League, and we followed that with a 3-0 home thumping of Shamrock Rovers in the Champions League group phase. Our next game was against Brentford at home, and we managed to win that one quite comfortably in the end by 3-1. And then finally we played away at Tottenham and we were heavily beaten by 3-0. And this is kind of in line with what I suggested earlier on, that we are not able to beat the big teams, but this season we are beating the teams that are lower in the league. And this is something that is totally different to what has been happening in the save, as you know, up to now. We traditionally lose games against teams who are in 18th, 19th, 20th and beat teams who are at the top of the league. This is not happening this season, and it is somewhat of a reversal of fortunes. So today we will be playing against Atletico Madrid away in the Champions League group phase, and then we will have an away trip to Wolves in the Premier League. Both of these games are against teams that are struggling. In the Champions League, we are currently in 8th place. Atletico Madrid are way down the table in 21st. On paper, it looks like a game that we should not be afraid of, and we should go out and win. And Wolves are struggling in the Premier League. They are in 14th place. They only have 15 points from their 14 games so far. This is very unusual for Wolves, who are normally up the top, challenging for European places at this stage. Maybe for Wolves it's a case of being in the Europa League this season. They are struggling to find form in the Premier League. It's something that we also have to be very careful with, but I think we are dealing with it a little better than Wolves. So this should be a game also that we should be winning. And the only other piece of news that I have is that I have had a request from John Allen. He's been a good servant for me. He has requested that he wants to leave the club. He wants a new challenge. I don't feel that I want to hold him back at this stage. I think it probably would be a good thing for him to do, and it might raise a little bit of money that we can use in the transfer window in January. As usual in the transfer window, all our players are wanted again. Jay Neal is another one that I would possibly let go if I get a decent enough offer for him. But we will deal with all that transfer stuff much later on as we get towards the transfer window. But for now, I need to go and get the team ready for the game against Atletico Madrid. On paper, it looks like a game that we should win, but nothing is for certain in football. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today is Prescott in goal with Kamara, Reguan, Muntian and Hernandez at the back. Ibran and Pechwen and Zaprapoulis in midfield with Aranda, Kittenbala and Wilden up front. I really hope that Wilden can continue his form at the moment. He is in good form. He is doing very well. I hope that he can continue that for a while. And I'm really hoping that the rest of the team will back him up and that we'll put on a good performance. And I'm going to tell them, I want to see a much better game. I need a strong defence. We need to attack them well. We must perform better than we did against Tottenham. We really didn't get off the bus in that game. It is Atletico Madrid at the moment who are controlling the game, but we have had the only attempt on target. It's not been on target. We've had two, none of them on target, but at least we are coming more and more into this game. Atletico Madrid don't really look like they are threatening us with anything, but we are failing to get shots on target. That's always a bad sign. And as we know in this game, all you need to look at, the only stat you need to look at is that you must get some shots on target. If you're not going to win this game. But we are looking to come forward, but Atletico Madrid have intercepted. And Atletico Madrid looking to build. That's a really bad foul, but Atletico Madrid are coming forward. I think we got away with that foul. But we have gifted them the ball and we've gifted them a goal. We've been absolutely dreadful at the back and we deserve to lose a goal for that. That was absolutely shocking. There were 3 or 4 terrible errors there. I'm going to shout at them and berate them. That was absolutely dreadful. I think if we count the errors, there was poor error here, number 1, an error here, number 2, and just gave the ball back to him. And I think that is... I'm not quite sure who it was, but it was absolutely dreadful. And that has meant that we are behind in this game when really we should be in front. I'm not very happy with this team. And I'm going to say, what was that? That was absolutely terrible. Get your act together. I've got Wilden again on a 6.4, and many of these players are going to be substituted unless they buck their ideas up. That was an absolutely dreadful performance, but we do have Prescott with a goal kick. He finds Reguan to Ibaran finds the right back, and here is Ibaran coming forward again. He finds Zaprapoulis with a poor pass really infield, and we've given the ball away again, and this is not looking very good. We're not keeping the ball very well. We seem to be rushing things a little bit, and here is Wilden bursting forward. He's only on a 6.4, and that is another example of how poorly he's playing. He's got to come off. He's not doing very well. And I think that there's a number of players. Kittenbala's having an awful game after he's been playing so well of late. And I think we are going to lose this game. We've had 7 shots, only 2 on target. And you can see that Atletico Madrid have had 4 and 3 on target. And here's Wilden with a chance, though, and Wilden has put it in. We are back in the game, and Wilden has got himself off the hook because he was going to have a right rocket at the end of this match. And we've somehow managed to claw our way back into this game. We've got to stop making these errors that are costing us. And a lovely pass over the top. Wilden used his pace and into the back of the net. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Norwich 1. I'm still not too happy. This is a game we should be winning, not drawing. And we haven't played well enough. And Madrid have scored again. And that often happens to us, that we give a goal away as soon as we score. And these boys are just playing so badly. simple mistakes that we're giving goals away. I'm not very happy with them, and we are now 2-1 behind. This is not a good performance by anybody's stretch. Again, poor defending, and we've let them in again. I have to find out who's not playing well, make some changes now, because I can't wait any longer. And Madrid are just taking us apart when they feel like it. And so we have made our changes, and although I don't think they're going to make that much of a difference, and Enrique Hernandez now is apparently in trouble. He's given all he's got, but he's going to have to give a little bit more. We are tired. Everybody's tired in this competition, and we've just got to do better than we are actually doing. I'm going to shout at them again and berate them. This is not good enough for this team. Sometimes I'm sympathetic with them, and sometimes I'm not. And Aranda is also struggling for form. He's struggling for fitness, and I don't have any more substitutions that I can make. I really don't know what to do with this team sometimes. Sometimes they are winning matches comfortably. Sometimes they're just appalling. And at the moment, they are appalling. And there's nothing I can do. And ratings are very, very poor. And we need to somehow try and claw our way back into this game. Wilden has burst into space again. He does have support with him, but he's going on his own. He's found Fernardi. Fernardi with a chance, and Fernardi's made it 2-2. We've rescued a point. And I need to perhaps do something now to try and hold on to that point, because I don't want us making another mistake and giving a goal away again. But well done, Wilden. He managed to keep his head there. I thought for one moment he wasn't going to keep his head. He found Fernardi, and Fernardi has put it away. Fernardi is such a good player. He was very composed there. And thankfully to Wilden and Fernardi, we've got back into this game. It's not an ideal result, but at the moment, it's at least not a defeat. And here is Kamara. Kamara bursting into space, finds Fernardi. Hernandez in the box, can't turn and get a shot away. It does come out to Reguan, though. We're finishing perhaps a little stronger than Atletico Madrid. And here's Saul Thomas into the box, and Wilden had a chance. And he's put it past the post. When Wilden, I thought, would manage that one. It has been given offside, unfortunately, though, or fortunately, because Wilden should have scored there. But at the moment, it's still Atletico Madrid 2, Norwich 2. They are slowing the game down now, absolutely desperately clinging on. I think, again, we've been the better team, but we've allowed Atletico Madrid 2 easy goals through defensive errors. We are struggling. Everybody's struggling for fitness out there. Can we launch one final attack? Saul Thomas has been robbed. He finds Ibaran back inside to Kamara. Reguan finds Jay Neal, who I'm possibly thinking could be sold in the winter transfer window. And there's a ball over the top which comes to nothing. The full-time whistle's gone. It's Atletico Madrid 2, Norwich 2. And I'm going to say I don't like what I just saw. It was poor. Defensively, we were extremely poor. And it's cost us big time. And after all the games are played tomorrow, I suspect that we will probably drop out of the top 8. That's not the way I wanted the first game to go today. We're going to have to do better against Wolves in the Premier League. I do not want to go into a period where we start losing games. I hope that we're going to have players that are back to fitness for that game. We'll have to see. I need to go and get them ready, prepare them as best as I can, and we'll see you just before the kickoff. And so just before we go to our game against Wolves, we can see from the top result there that Tottenham and Chelsea have drawn. That means if we can beat Wolves today, we will close the gap on Chelsea to just 4 points. And that will be especially pleasing to end this episode with. However, I did decide, with the team coming back to fitness, that I would give Reguan a rest. And so he has been told he will be rested for this game. However, the replacement Avbe has also now just got himself injured just shortly after I informed Reguan. This is now a big problem. I think my only option is to play Muntian back at centre-back and to bring on Kamara. Kamara, who's struggling for fitness, but we will have to deal with that as best we can. I think that is the solution in which we should go into this game. So now I think it's time to go and try and beat Wolves. They are a much worse team than we are, and it's a game we should be winning, and I'm expecting this team to win. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for the game against Wolves is Götze in goal with Kamara, Raheem, Muntian and Hernandez at the back. Ibarran, Pejuan and Maric in midfield, with Aranda, Neil and Fernardi getting the nod up front. I've rotated the team as much as I can, but I'm not quite sure that that is the correct decision. This is a game that we have to win. We need to close the gap on Chelsea. Tottenham have given us a chance to do that, and we are favourites here and should be winning comfortably. And I need to make sure that these boys know that. Wolves have played on Thursday in Europe. We've had 2 extra days rest over Wolves. Wolves look tired, but you know what my record is against tired teams. We cannot seem to play well against teams who are tired. I have decided to go with a low block. I'm not quite sure whether that's the best idea, but I am a little bit concerned about teams who will sit back and try to counter-attack. And so I'm just going to play with a low block, try to draw them out. And here is Hernandez. Hernandez looks for, who is that? That's Aranda. Aranda bursting into the box, and it's a good save by the goalkeeper. And it remains 0-0, but we have started the strongest, and we haven't been given that as a shot, and I'm not quite sure why the stats are not registering that. There is a corner, it's hit the crossbar, it's gone over the bar again. Is this another day where we cannot get shots on target and Wolves will... And we have another injury, and Jay Neal has got himself injured now. This game is relentless. It will not stop this season. This is absolutely incredible. And so we now have to bring on Kitambala, who is also struggling for fitness. It is just unbelievable what is happening in this game this season. Probably the toughest season I've ever had to face. That's a good save by Götze. And Wolves are looking at the moment like they are the better team. They just look like they are going to win this game. And the game is playing me a little bit, and I've just got to remain calm. We are playing the low block, and hopefully we can defend well. As Wolves look to bring the ball forward again, it's been blocked and goes out for a corner. We are under the cosh here. I am going to push the lines up now. This is not working particularly, and I'm going to change things up a little bit. We're going to press them more. We have to, and in transition, we'll keep that as it is, and we're going to up the tempo and try to, and we will run at them a little bit more. We're not going to play for set pieces. We're just going to try now take the game to them a little bit more. Maybe I've given them too much respect, and we shouldn't be defending against this team. But we are in trouble, and it's trouble due to the fact that we cannot control these injuries. I think I might actually say to the boys, no training at all now for the next couple of weeks, because at the moment we are just, there's too many games, too many problems. Another shot hits the crossbar. We still haven't had a shot on target. This is this one statistic, as I've said all along, that you need to keep an eye on. And we have 0 shots on target, but we have scored, although the referee is going to check for offside, and I do think he was offside. And I don't feel that that will be allowed. I think he was offside. But it has been awarded, and we have gone a goal up. And maybe the changes that I made have worked. Maybe we just needed to go and attack Wolves, get higher up the pitch. Maybe I was a little too cautious in my approach and changing it now. But look how tired Wolves are. And we are much fitter than they are. We've had an extra day, and so we should be winning this game quite comfortably. And we do have the ball. And here's Hernandez. Hernandez finds Aranda. Aranda looks outside for Maric. Maric coming down the right-hand side. Does he go inside, outside? He's gone outside. We have men's free in the box. We have a chance, but we can't put it away. It remains 1-0 to Norwich. We're still in the lead, but I'm not really happy about the quality of our finishing. We have to do better in terms of finishing. I will be telling these boys up front, you are not good enough at the moment. Pejuan is not playing very well either, and neither is Ibarran. We need to be telling these boys, this is not good enough. You have not been good enough. Get it together in the second half. And so the second half has begun. And if we can just hold on to this 1-0, I'll be perfectly happy. We are currently just 4 points behind Chelsea. I don't believe it's going to finish 1-0 because I'm not sure that we're supposed to be closing the gap on Chelsea at this moment in time. But here is Hernandez. Hernandez looks crossfield. It's really a poor, aimless pass. And I think Ibarran is going to get himself into trouble after that. Wolves are coming forward. He was miles offside, surely. He was a mile offside, referee. And if that's allowed, I'll be very annoyed because he looked miles offside. And they are checking, and he's been awarded. And Ibarran was dreadful there. Wolves just broke forward. They've hardly been in the game again. And this is something that annoys me. It's now 1-1. And I'm not very happy with this team. I'm going to berate them. This is not good enough. Get your act together. But we do have very, very poor record of playing against teams who are exhausted. We just can't seem to beat them. I'm going to go attacking now. We have to try and win this match. And I really don't understand why I cannot beat exhausted teams. And here's Fanardi in space. Can Fanardi finish it? Yes, he can. It's 2-1. And we need to build on this now. Is the referee checking for offside? Yes, he is again. It's being checked by VAR and it's been disallowed again. And Fanardi must have been offside. I'm not very happy. But Fanardi's had 2 disallowed goals. What can I do? And yeah, he was offside. We're going to make some changes now. I'm fed up of this team. I'm really not happy with the way they perform. And Fanardi can come back on the wing. Wilden can go up top. I can't bring anybody on. I can bring Maric on, I think. No, Maric is already playing on the wing. Let's move Maric up there. We'll bring Zaprapoulis into play on the wing. And my goalkeeper's playing absolutely dreadfully as well. This is just something that I can't understand. I can't do anything with the midfield. We're just going to have to... Yeah, we'll bring Saul Thomas on, see if he can change the game from there. We're going to go very attacking now and try and beat Wolves. But Wolves are coming forward. We have won the ball with Raheem. Raheem needs to find support. Let's get this ball forward, boys. Muntian finds Hernandez. Hernandez to Muntian to Raheem. I really don't know why we can't beat exhausted teams. I really don't know. We're changing things up. We're doing things differently. Here is Fanardi, though. Fanardi looks for Wilden. He's hit the post, and it's gone wide again. It is not going to be our day. And it's just one of those things again. And I'm not very happy. We've gone into second, but we're still 6 points behind Chelsea. And it's Wolves' day. And I don't know how on earth they are managing to beat us with a team that can barely walk, let alone run around the football pitch. And they are coming forward again. It's deflected and goes to Prescott. Prescott's come in because Gotts was having another bad game. I have to sell Gotts. I think if somebody comes in for a bid for him, he just lets me down so many times. And that's another poor ball upfield, and it's looking really poor. And we need to get hold of this ball. And I'm going to shout at them again and berate them. This is not good enough. And Wolves are coming forward. Wolves are looking to score. Wolves are in the box. They have scored. No, it's cleared away. And Prescott has made a good save. I think I'm going to make Prescott the main goalkeeper now. And we need to do something here. I'm going to be very distressed if this ends up as a draw. It's not what I planned from this game. And I can't do anything more other than have these boys attack. We'll put them all on attack now and try and see if we can't win the game. Wilden is into the space, and Wilden has scored, but this one looks offside to me as well. Have we actually managed to win the game? This will be something that I wasn't expecting there. We're going to stay attacking regardless. I don't care. We're going to try and win this game comfortably now. This team needs to be doing a lot better. Wilden looked way offside there to me. I think we've got away with one there. But I'm still not happy with this team. It looks to me like we are facing real problems in the future. We're going to go into decline. We've picked up another injury, and I'm just not happy about it. I think I will come back to positive now. and just try and see the game out. Thomas bringing the ball forward, though. He's looking over the top. Another poor pass, and Wolves will be able to clear. I don't like these highlights at this point in time. Zaprapoulis into the box for Wilden, and Wilden has finally put the game to bed. But is he offside as well? Is this another offside that we're going to have to contend with? Are we going to get this allowed or not? It has been awarded. We are 3-1 up now. And finally, this team has woken up and done what it should have done a long time ago. Zaprapoulis put it into the box. Wilden, who's just come back to form. It really is good to see Wilden scoring goals again. It's the defence that I'm worried about now. We do not have a defence that's holding on to games. We're leaking goals. But we have won that game. I'll tell them nice work, it was good, but I'm not very impressed with them. We had to make several changes during that game. This should not have been necessary. And we're a better team than them, and we should have beaten them much easier than we did. I wanted to rest Wilden. I had to bring him on to win the game. It's not fair on him that the others are not pulling their weight. But we are up in second. But how long will this last? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. We will come back for the games, I guess, against Arsenal and West Ham as we prepare to go into the January transfer window. I wonder where we will be at the end of December. It's getting tougher, it's getting harder and harder to get results, although we are getting them in the main. The game against Atletico Madrid was very, very disappointing, and we did not look good against Wolves. I do have concerns as we go into December. And that's it for this video. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, well, as you just saw, you are absolutely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, help this channel to grow, help us to support the British Heart Foundation. I have very, very big concerns at the moment as we go into December. The team has suffered a horrendous injury crisis this season, and it's beginning to show. We do not look sharp, and we do not look like we are capable of winning games. December will be fun. All that remains to be said now is stay safe, and we will see you in the next episode.